Oh Barney, oh Barney.
Are we going to do another video about your bike?
How dare you, this is Barnabas. This is Barney, my RTP, ex-police, all liveried up, RiderCamTV. Best way to ride this is. However, today we're talking to you about its boots.
It's boots.
Yeah. These
shoes, new shoes.
New shoes. Right, I have got on the front and the back, I have got Dunlop RoadSmart 3s on there. Now these have been sent to us by Dave.
Mr. Dave Plummer.
From Avon or from Dunlop? I think he's from, they're part of the same
Dunlop,
company, aren't they?
Goodyear. Nice guy anyway, really
our
nice
mate
guy.
Dave.
Our mate Dave.
Got hold of Dave and said that I'd bought Barney. Obviously I didn't tell him I'd got Barney because then he would have said, well, we can get you into a shelter by nightfall. But he said, well, what I can send you, if I'm not getting attacked by a bee, I said to him, I've got this bike. It had Michelin Road 6s on there. It had Michelin Road 6s on there. Now, tyres are a really, really personal choice, aren't they?
Oh,
we've obviously found that because we've reviewed and we've ridden with so many different tyres. But certainly found that the Road 6s, I thought, would be the best of
Pilot
the
Road
best.
6.
Pilot Road 6, whatever they are, you know, the Road 6s, the Pilot 6. They were the best, but I had them on the GSA and I was riding along and it made my bike do that. So
It was really weird because a few people spoke about that.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have had no issue at all, but some
Yeah.
people have spoke about it.
But out of those people that have had no issue, have they had no issue because they've not noticed it?
I don't
I
know.
mean, we ride our bikes all the time.
That
and
is
we're
far too subliminal for me, mate.
Well, we're doing so many miles on them, any slight difference is really easy to pick up on the change on the bike. It might be that, I'm not sure. However, GSA with those Road Pilot 6s or whatever they're called, over like that, and it wanted to turn all the time. And I had it all the way down through France and Spain, so I changed them and I've got the Road Pilot 4s on that, instant change.
Oh.
Got on this.
Road Pilot 4s.
Yeah, the Dunlop ones on the
RoadSmart
GSA.
4s.
RoadSmarts, yeah. I'm mixing the two
So
here.
many tyres,
Yeah.
mate. RoadSmart 4s.
Yeah,
you had on.
RoadSmart 4s. So I got this one, got hold of Dave and said, I would really love to review some tyres because we've done all the adventure bikes, but this is a proper sports touring bike, isn't it?
Yeah.
So would you like us to? And he said, well, don't want to send you the 4s. I'd like to send you the 3s because that's like a mid-range tyre. I think they're about 80 or 90 pounds a tyre, so it's a little bit less than you would spend on the RoadSmart 4s. I said, yeah, that's brilliant. Now on this bike, the Michelin Pilot 6s, or Road 6s, whatever they're called, but they had a 6 on them, brand new tyres, look lovely. When I got the bike, probably had about 4,000 miles left on the tyres, so it might be something to do with the wear on the tyres, I don't know. But got on the bike, riding it along, and wanted to do that again, but more violently wanted to turn the handlebars to the right. Very, very strange sensation. I put up with it for a while, and obviously David sent these. So these are the RoadSmart 3s from Dunlop. I have to think, I've only got a small brain.
You have.
Now, this was in for a check over and all the sort of stuff down at our amazing friends down at Ocean BMW in Falmouth, and they fitted them for me at the same time, and when I rode home it was the best ride I've had in my life ever.
That day.
That day. At that time.
Because we reviewed some bikes that day that were really nice.
Yes. But the ride was like chalk and cheese. It was like riding a Reliant Robin and then getting in a Mercedes. It was so different.
Some people really like Reliant Robins, mate. You have to be careful though. As opposed to a
it's
Mercedes.
not in the same class as a Mercedes, is it? I mean, come on.
No, it's slightly better probably.
Okay. It was like riding my bike, riding a really rubbish car that was about to be scrapped into a garage and driving out with a brand spanking new one.
And give me the shovel back.
Yeah, that was how it felt. Not only was there no noise, I didn't really notice an awful lot of road noise on the Michelins, but there was no road noise, and there is no road noise.
People always say about road noise. I can't hear it because I'm wearing earplugs.
Well, so am I.
There might be road noise, but you should be wearing earplugs, fellas.
Well, I was.
other people who say,
But I can still hear quite a lot with them in. That's the beauty of having our ultimate ear, moulded earplugs.
how many more names can we get in?
I don't know. Anyway, so I can still hear the noise of the tyres. On these, they're definitely silent. Really no sound at all. But what it has changed on the bike is I'm riding straight now. You know,
Upright.
Upright.
Not straight.
Straight
I'm
as-
hoping you're riding
straight-
straight most of the time.
Straight as a die. But there is no wanting to pull either way. There's no bias one way or the
Why
other
they do
having to
that?
fight. I don't know. I really don't know. I wish Michelin would be able to get hold of us and tell us an answer, because that's 2 bikes I've had it on now.
And we've had a few people who've said they spoke of the issue.
those Michelins for the GSA, £390 fitted, or 380 quid fitted. It's a lot of money to waste on tyres that I had to take off to put other ones on.
Yeah.
But these Michelin, no, these,
Let's have a look at them.
these Dunlop
Good Lord.
RoadSmart 3s. Now, the tread pattern, you'll notice, is very much like the 4s, although the 4s has got, I think, a few more grooves, a few more, obviously, developmental changes. But it dissipates all the water away from these. They've got these little, I don't know, slips.
Sips?
They're not sips, because the sips, like on the other Dunlops that we've reviewed, have got the little teeth in there, haven't
Avons.
they? Avons.
Avon Trail Rider.
These dissipate the water, so in both water and dry, or in wet and dry, these are sticky as. And I've ridden, what, 1,500, 1,600 miles on these now? They are a godsend. They're just awesome. Stick to the road like glue. Give you so much confidence when you're over at an angle, and they haven't started wearing whatsoever.
I should hope not.
No, but I'm starting to use nearly all of the tyre.
Brilliant.
And you know, this chicken strip game, I think people ought to get away from saying, oh, I've got these chicken strips, who cares? The aim is about being safe on the road. I like my bike going, not right over, but I like taking it into corners, and I like cornering. That's the whole point of having a motorbike, isn't it?
Yep.
But these have got so much confidence. Now look, after 1,400 odd miles, 1,500, something like that, I've still got these little bits on.
Wow.
And I'm still going over, look, it's still going right over.
Yep.
They're wearing really evenly, but overall they're giving me really good confidence on the bike.
I had an interesting conversation with somebody about tyres a couple of days ago, and I was talking about, you know, I asked them what they thought made a good tyre. They went, oh, loads of chunky bits, like, you know, loads of grooves in them and all that stuff, because that gives you extra grip. And I was like, it's not really, because what those grooves are for dissipating the water. The grip is actually on the flat bits of rubber. So it's in contact with the ground. With all those grooves, and you've got a really busy pattern there, is for squirting the water away from the tyre.
Yeah.
And I said the best way to see a tyre in action is to go alongside a truck and see how much water is being squirted out of the side of a tyre on a truck. And that is how you understand what the grooves do, because you don't often see it.
Or even when you're riding in the rain, look in your rear view mirror and there's a line of dry patch where your wheel has gone over, dissipated all the water and dried it as it's gone along.
Yeah.
Really, really good tyres. No noise at all. Let's see what the longevity is, because I've now done, it's about 1,500 miles. I know I keep fluctuating with the hundreds, but it's about 1,500 miles so far with these on. And they're just awesome tyres. I really like them. And because they're mid-range, you know, just because they're the RoadSmart 3s doesn't mean they're not any good because they brought the 4s out.
Which people always, got to have the next tyre. I still rate Metzler's
Road Tech 01s. They're right up there for me.
The next is a cracking tyre. But anyway,
but
you're still running the same pressures.
Whatever.
2.5, 2.9.
Only, well, I'm running the pressures that the BMW put it in there for me.
Yeah, 2.5,
Which is
2.9 on these, aren't they?
2.5 on the front and 2.9 on the back, isn't
Yeah.
it? Something like that. Yeah, somebody will tell me that I've got all that wrong, but
That's what it says
BMW
in
put
the
it in
handbook.
there. BMW put it in there. But I really love the tyres. Thank you to Dave for sending them through to us. Now I'm planning. I know.
Uh-oh.
I'll let you into a secret. I don't know whether you'll see this video before or after I go, but I'm planning to take this bike to Portugal and to Spain and Portugal on my tour in September.
Magellan Motorcycle Tours tour.
Yeah, where I'm guiding again. But I'm going to hopefully see what the tyres are like in a warmer climate. We've had really inclement weather here for the last week or so. It's been awful in summer. But if it's still warm over there in September, finding out how, that's about 1,500 miles on that tour in warmer weather. People say, yeah, I'm pushing it, but no, I will be loaded up with my luggage so it won't just be me, it'll be my luggage, and I'll be riding every day. So it'll be interesting to see what the tyres and how they hold up and how they handle. I'm really pleased with them. Thanks, Dave. Get yours. Not Dave, you, the watcher. Go and buy yours. These are awesome tyres if you've got an RT or any other bike.
That fit on.
Yeah. Bye. But I am in, arguably, there are many, many beautiful places in the world, but Spain takes my heart. And the place that we're in at the moment is not far from Riano, which is near and at the base of the Picos Mountains. And we're about to do those. And we've had spectacular twisty roads today. And Barney, yet again, has excelled himself. Absolutely amazing bike. Love him to bits. Performing admirably. But I wanted to talk to you about the tyres. So Dunlop very kindly sent us some RoadSmart 3s to fit the RT. Now the RoadSmart 4s are like their top of the range, and RoadSmart 3s are obviously been preceded by the RoadSmart 4s, but the RoadSmart 3s that I've got on here are now almost like a bit of a mid-range tyre. And I tell you what, all these Michelins and Metzlers and stuff, everybody loves them. It's a very divisive subject, isn't it, about which tyre is right for you and which tyre isn't right for you. But for me, these RoadSmart 3s from Dunlop are just perfect. Not only are they great in the heat and they're sticky and gives you so much confidence, but we've had some horrendous weather. We went down to Portugal and then popped out up to the Sierra de Estrella Mountains near Cavilla, and it was biblical rain. I mean, the rain was bouncing up here. Now obviously you reduce your speed because it's all about being safe on the bike, but those tyres, their confidence that they inspired in riding meant that I could concentrate on the fact that the road ahead was so wet and horrible, and it was foggy and misty, and then the sun came out and dried some of it up, then it got wet again, then the wind was blowing, so I could really concentrate on riding knowing that I had a really good set of tyres on the bike. So I guess I really love the Metzer Torrance Next tyres, the Metzler Road Teco 1 tyres. They're exceptional tyres, but I tell you what, I'm going to be having the RoadSmart 3s or the 4s on every bike that I've got, I think, because they are just perfect tyres. I haven't had any slippage. I'll show you a bit about the tyres in a minute, but I've not had any slippage at all, other than the usual wet paint. You know, Spain are the same as any other country, especially like the UK, where they paint all of these arrows and stuff all over the place. They're not particularly an issue, but when you get into a town and it's horrendous weather, the issue comes from where they've put the zebra crossings and the white paint. They're really, really slippery, and I think everybody on the tour, no matter what tyres they've got, have slipped a little bit. But these tyres are just exceptional. You know, go and read up and see about the specs. I'll put some of the specs up on the video so that you can have a look. But from a real world perspective, these have been, I'm going to say it, some of the best tyres I've had. But these tyres, in the wet, the dry, the heat, the cold, the raise in height, we've been up to 2,000 metres, down to 6 degrees, all the way down to sea level at 30 degrees, you know, all that sort of weather, and these have coped with them really, really well. Haven't noticed that the pressures have been fluctuating too much either, so they seem to be quite good, and they don't take a lot of warming up either. Sort of I don't know, five-ish minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the road surface, the temperature, that sort of stuff, obviously. But I've not thought, oh, these aren't warmed up yet. They're hard, you know, they don't feel like they've warmed up. as soon as I've got on the bike and ridden off, they've been just brilliant. Can't sing their praises enough. So thank you, Dave, from Dunlop, for sending them to us. They are exceptional tyres. And if you look at the pricing, because they've now brought the RoadSmart 4s out, the RoadSmart 3s are a really good price. I think they're about 80-ish pounds a tyre, something like that in the UK, which I think is a really, really good price. And I've done probably about 6-ish thousand miles on these tyres now, on this bike, and they've worn evenly. I've got loads of tread left, not worried about them at all. I really, really do like these tyres. So if you want to get some decent tyres, you ought to check these ones out, because these are really good. And don't think just because these manufacturers are making a different tyre, or they've brought out a RoadSmart 4 over the RoadSmart 3, that they hadn't put as much development into this as they have into the 4s. It's just that we've moved on with the times, and they might have tweaked some things and made them slightly better, but I don't know, for the price of these and the performance of these are a winner every day for me. And don't they look good on Barney? Especially in this weather. So anyway, I'll show you what the tyres actually look like. So if you can see here, with a bit of shade, I mean, look at that. They've worn really evenly, and you can see as I walk, as I go around it. Appreciate, it's a bad problem to have, but with the sunshine, but if I go right round, you can see how well and even they have worn. And there's oodles of tread in there. You know, and we've been pushing them over. I mean, you can see how far we've been going over on them. And they just inspire that confidence. They're just awesome. So the front ones, so the front tyres are really no different. They've not worn unevenly. We've almost been right over. And they're really, really looking good. Really looking good. So, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. If you like Barney, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more about my adventures with Barney, the RTP, all over the world, well, perhaps not all over the world, perhaps it'll be UK and then Spain and Portugal, that sort of stuff. Hit the subscribe, like, all that sort of jazz, and I'll see you in the next video. Anyway, I'm heading off to ride that road to Congas to Onnis with this sort of scenery surrounding me and Barney. You can see, I don't know whether you can see in the distance over there, a van going along. That's where we've come along. We've come along all these roads here, around there, and then we're going up there. Whoop, whoop.